Good day, people. Right, so after I fully butchered, and butchered is the word, that chuck primal, I'm now going to smoke my first bit. I'm going to make burnt ends with this. So I'm going to just cut off all the silver skin, trim off all the dry age and like the bits of fat on the edges that aren't going to render down properly. Trim off all the scraggly bits, straighten the edges, just so it cooks even, that we've got no little crusty corners as such. Quite proud of myself this time. Never managed to cut myself once. Still got all of my fingers. Alright, so we grab the mustard, get down all the crevices, give it a good coating. This is just to help the seasoning bind, help the rub stick. You can't taste it when it's finished. Some people use Worcester sauce, some people use water. I use mustard. No real reason, but just make sure you completely cover it. All the sides, the back, the bottom, the lot. Then get your lovely rub. I'm using some sweet Texas barbecue. So like I say, I'm making burnt ends, so I'm gonna smother this later on. But yeah, just coat it fully. It's my first time using this rub. I've used the other ones from the line, like the Holy Cow, and the pork rub one. They're both really nice, so this one should be good. Make sure you get all your edges. You want every bit covered really, so it barks up nicely. Give it a pat. And smack your meat. A little bit more mustard on the back just to coat that area. I mean, I do like mustard as well. I was hoping that you could taste it, but you just can't. While that rub's setting, we're going to start off our charcoal in the starter. This thing is a godsend. No waiting around for your coals to warm up. But while the starter goes, we'll line up the coals on the actual barbecue. This will run me for 3-4 hours, maybe a little bit longer. Once you've got your coals all looking pretty, then you just add your blocks, your chosen wood. I'm using cherry wood because I've only got cherry wood and apple wood at the moment. I might buy some different stuff soon, but these are suiting me at the moment. So you line all that up, put your wood blocks on the top, and then I'll put my lit coals in the gap at the end. Let's get these coals in. Once they're in there, just make sure that they're covering the other coals. Just make sure they're all touching, just so it starts it off nicely. And then we'll close the lid on this. We'll get our temperature. Once that's at the right temperature, we'll add the meat, and bam! Look at that. Got my water pan and my drip train there. Not letting any of that goodness go to waste. Okay, it's been in for a few hours now, so time for a little spritz just to keep it moist. Spritz number 2. Look how dark that is. It's coming on, isn't it? It's looking really good. Bark's nice. So the internal temperature sat at 161. Weren't rising for about 40 minutes or so. So it's only a small piece of meat. I don't want it to dry out, so I figured wrap it nice and early. Just spritz the paper just to help it fold easy. I forgot to put the tallow on, so here we go. Couple of pieces of tallow. This was from that big chuck primal that I did. Wrap it up nice and tight. So it tuck that all under, so it's back at the top with the tallow. Thermometer back in. And let's get this bad boy back on the grill. Here it is. So we've just pulled it. It was sitting at 200. Look at that probe tender. Now it's time to get it out. Get it chopped up into little burnt end pieces. Using my big 10-inch scimitar. It's Victorinox Fibrox handled. Great knives, just so sharp. Nice and juicy. Get that cut up into decent sized chunks. Look at that. I did sneak a piece before I got it prepped. Bit of Jack Daniel's barbecue honey sauce. Completely coat it. Make sure you get a good coating on. Give it a good mix. Make sure everything's coated. Have a look at that. Then get that back on the grill for about 40 minutes uncovered, so it gets nice and sticky, and then plate it up. This was the end result. Not a lot there, but it was absolutely lovely. Like and subscribe, guys. Got loads more coming up.